It is a sad fact, but man's best friend is getting heavier. In fact, it's estimated between 45 and 60% of pet dogs in this country are overweight, and those numbers are climbing. Dr. Debbye Turner Bell tells us about one family who knows that all too well.
For the past 8 years, Kuja and Annie have become true members of the Dobson family.
I love her like she's my sister.
They received plenty of love and attention, and unfortunately, too much food.
So this is what we were feeding them. About a full scoop, which I believe this is about 3.5 cups of food, which is way too much. Started out with the first puppy, giving her vegetables because I knew that was healthy, but they are fed extra treats that they probably don't need. We had work done in the backyard. We had some of the workers giving them like Big Macs and fries.
To make matters worse,
we don't exercise them. They're supposed to be getting exercise, running around, but they're too fat to do that. So I said, okay, I think we need to put them on a diet.
These dogs, like 90 million other pets across the country, are part of a growing obesity trend. Donna reached out to an expert to help her dogs lose weight.
When we came over, we noticed the dogs were overweight, so we immediately put a plan into place to cut back on food, cut back on treats, and get more exercise.
Now I'm starting to give them more exercise than I ever give them before. I'm making them follow them all across the course.
After just a few weeks, these dogs are in significantly better shape. Annie is running around again, and Kuja has lost 10 pounds.
I like feeding her healthy stuff. Even when she's in heaven, I want her to be healthy.
And Dr. Debbye Turner Bell is here with some more tips for us this morning.
Good morning.
And you said it's really 45 to 60%, not just dogs, all pets that are overweight in this country.
And let me tell you, when I started talking about this, when I first came out of veterinary school 20 years ago, it was 20 to 45%.
Wow,
and in that amount of
huge
time, it's gone up from 45 to 60. And it depends on whose study you believe. It could be even higher than that. In humans, the number of American human beings that are overweight or obese is 68%.
Wow.
And I submit in many cases, wherever you see an overweight pet, very often
you have an overweight
overweight owners, yeah, because the pet does what you do.
Right.
And we give them the food.
And they adapt to your lifestyle.
Exactly.
Of course. So obviously we know that that's a culprit. But what are some of the health issues that a dog like Louie, who we have here with us, who's also a little challenged because of his breed, but an overweight dog or cat, health issues that they face because of that weight?
Yeah, and incidentally, Louie is an English bulldog, and they are prone to obesity. And if you see, he's a barrel on sticks. That's what I like to call him. This might look cute, but it's dangerous. This kind of obesity can cause or worsen diabetes, heart disease, kidney disease, as well as joint disease, arthritis, hip dysplasia. And also, an animal that is severely overweight, the weight can reduce their lifespan by 50%.
Wow.
That's how serious this is. So it's so important for a pet like this to really lose the weight for the health and the longevity
And
of the
also,
pet.
for a lot of people, if you do have a pet like this, you may not think they're as overweight as they are because you can't always tell just by looking.
I cannot tell you how many times I have seen a pet and I say to the owner, it's eating a little too much, and they're like, what? My pet is overweight? You can't tell by putting them on the scale, but you can tell by looking at their silhouette. Okay. So let's start with the dog. We have a graphic of a dog. This is what the body shape of the dog should look like. From the side, behind the rib cage, the stomach should tuck up. If you look over the top, they really should have an hourglass figure. Not just Marilyn Monroe should have an hourglass figure. Of course, you see here with Louie, he's just, he's straight back and forth, up and down, the barrel on a sticks, as I call it. With a kitty cat, let me show you what the body of a kitty cat should look like, because that's a little harder to tell. A cat, if you look at them, it should be flat from the side, tucked up just a little bit, and from the top, it should be straight. You shouldn't see this big barrel, but we've brought a big kitty.
Prince Chunk.
Let's ask Vince and Prince Chunk, who is appropriately named to come
Very
in.
sweet
Stand right over here, and I want to make sure everybody can see you really well. This is Prince Chunk, who weighs 17 pounds.
Wow.
Way too big for a cat.
You're a lot of kitty.
The average weight for a kitty should be 7 to 10 pounds. He's 17 pounds, but Vince has done a good job because he started off at 23 pounds.
And that's a pretty significant reduction, because as you said to me, 1 pound on a cat like this, could be, say, 20%.
That's right. Let's say if
what
you have a
they-
15-pound cat that needs to lose 5 pounds, that's a third of their body weight. So for a 210-pound person, that means losing 70 pounds, which then brings me to how do you get them to lose weight?
Right, and then why you have to be so dedicated to it. So the first step is obviously the food and not overfeeding them.
That's exactly right. So portion control is very, very important, but also for animals like these that are really obese, you want to put them on a diet specially formulated for losing weight because it's higher in fiber and it has been nutritionally formulated to give them the nutritional needs that they need
To help them drop.
The weight.
They also need exercise, as we know. How much exercise every day do these animals need?
For animals that are this big, you cannot take them out and take them on a 30-minute run. Start 5 or 10 minutes, hoping to work up to 20 to 30 minutes a day. With a cat, get them toys and balls.
Keep them jumping
and
around.
help them play. That's how you get a cat to exercise. And then with a dog,
This
if you
is
can't
the
run or
world's
walk.
greatest invention. I use this all the time because if you can't throw like me, you can throw the tennis ball and you don't have to pick up the nasty tennis ball either.
Exactly. And if you have mobility problems and you can't run or walk, you can use this to throw so the dog gets the exercise he needs, even if you have some restrictions.
Bottom line, we need to do everything for them that we need to do for ourselves, right?
Exactly.
Debbie, thanks.